So we've produced iVenx 2.0. We've talked to a lot of our customers about the functions that they like, the functions that they use commonly, and some of the ones which maybe we've been asked for but which are less commonly used. And we've restructured the GUI to simplify all the commonly used functions. Yes, we've taken the iVenx code base and we've ported it onto some new platforms. So we brought it up to run on the latest versions of Linux, the latest versions of Ubuntu, and latest versions of Red Hat. We've also come up to the latest versions of all the graphics libraries that we're using, which has increased the system's security and given it a lot of extra sort of flexibility on the GUI, and enabled us to push it forwards into the future. We've also retained the functionality to run on Windows. So iVenx is ideal if, for instance, you want to run the servers on your corporate IT data center, where it can run either on Windows or Linux servers. And then you can also have iVenx workstations which are either Linux or, again, are Windows according to your corporate policies. So this automated testing is enabling us to provide regression testing. So if a system is installed on site and a client wants some upgrades, we know that clients can be very hesitant to put upgrades in just in case something breaks. Well, what we can do with the automated testing is we can produce the upgrade and then test the whole of the functionality of the system under lots of scenarios in an automated test suite, which of course our clients can witness. Okay, so with the new platform, we've also enabled different versions of iVenx to be installed side by side with their own databases on the same system. So this is very good for over and back testing. So if we were putting an upgrade in on a site, we could install the new upgrade without touching the existing running system, flip over to the upgrade, test it. If there are any problems, flip back. So again, the customers can have confidence that their system is going to be reliable and carry on working even through adding improvements. Well, on the stand we're going to have an example of the new line management system, and that's going to have a 3-monitor layout, although we're very flexible about how the system's actually laid out on the GUIs. One monitor will be a 2D and 3D view of the line, the geographical layout of the line, or the schematic layout of the line, and 3D drill down views of the stations and of the trains. The centre monitor will show subsystem details, help point, alarm list and such like, while the right hand monitor was showing at Reltex has got embedded CCTV views, which enables us to implement controls of the other systems direct on the CCTV views. Well, that integrates with the line management system actually, because the whole concept of this is that we can integrate with all the functionality, including the train and signalling control systems at the OCC, but at the stations you can have standalone iVenx systems which just provide the control that's needed at the local station while forming part of the whole. So one of the things we've done there is we've produced a system which has a single GUI and has all of the main functions on a single GUI, and this is actually in direct response to feedback from our customers. In effect, they told us exactly what they wanted, and that's what we've been working on. Okay, well, it gives you the view of the station, CCTV control, help point management, and PA and display management all on one screen together with the alarm list. Okay, so our concept here was to look at the things that the line operators would need to do, and primarily this splits into two sections. One of them is actual train and signalling management, and that is ideally managed by a big safety integrity level rated robust system, which would be from another supplier. But also, the line control operators need to manage the passengers, the stations, what's happening on the trains and what's happening in the stations. And that's where IVENX comes in. So the line management system has a major integration with your train and signalling management systems, whatever they are. And also, there's the fact that the passengers are not just on the stations, which is the remit of the traditional station management system. Of course, they get onto the trains and they're present on the trains, and they might come back off onto the stations again. So with the line management system, we also integrate all of the systems on the trains. So integrated help points on the trains and stations, integrated CCTV on the trains and stations, integrated PA and displays, etc. And the fact that the IVENX 3D GUI can show the trains coming into the stations then enables the operators to move, for instance, from looking at CCTV on a platform to switching over to the train that's pulled into that platform, looking at the CCTV on that train, making announcements on the train, and then maybe when the train arrives at another station, you can switch back and go back up to looking at the status of the station that the train's arrived at, all from one GUI. Okay, so the integrations that we've done with the train systems enables IVENX to receive all of the telemetry from the trains. So all of the status reports, all the parameters associated with the equipment on the trains, and also, for that matter, across the depots and elsewhere. And we're feeding that information into a database and using it for remote condition monitoring. So we're providing a platform that enables the line's maintainers to produce rules that would trigger alarms when a piece of equipment is likely to fail in the near future. And that can be fed into their EAMS system, their asset management system, to help them produce works orders to repair equipment before it's failed. In addition, IVENX will then build a database of all of the parameters over time, which in the future will enable us to use AI techniques to give more in-depth reporting and more in-depth warning of possible future failures as the database builds. Okay, so also having access to the train and signalling management system and the on-train systems enables IVENX to monitor against the company's KPIs, and we're embedding a business intelligence system into IVENX, which enables the managers to see the KPI reports remotely from their own PCs, or of course the IVENX workstations, or we're also providing video wall driving, which can put, as well as CCTV views, can put alarm lists and KPI reports direct up onto the video walls at the OCC. It certainly has, and I'm hoping that you'll be able to come along and meet us at Railtex, and thank you very much for listening.